Hello everyone, this is David from Automotive Press. This is just hot off the press because the new edition of the Best Car magazine just came out tonight and it showed some of the most interesting news to date, and that is that the new Crown, which is what we're getting later this year, will indeed show up in the Coupe version and possibly even a convertible version up 1 year after the Coupe has debuted sometime in 2025-2026. So this is a brand new story. In fact, I would call it a breaking news because none of us would have expected Toyota to go any further than the four models they shown us at the last reveal, which not only includes the crossover that we already know is coming to North America, but in addition, they also show a very sporty SUV that is simply called Sport, as well as a slick cool sedan that most likely won't show up in North America, and then what they call a wagon version of the Crown, which is called the Crown Estate. So these are already exciting models, but according to Best Car Magazine Japan, that is not the end of the Crown enterprise. They're going to show more and more models as the time goes because they want to make Crown the kind of a sub-brand within Toyota that goes above and beyond where Avalon used to be. So Crown is going to kind of sit between Toyota and Lexus in terms of being the flagship sub-brand, and they want to continue to fuel the passion and excitement as they bring many different models. So the Coupe version is going to be one of the most controversial ones simply because it's not very popular in Asia. But according to Best Car Magazine, the Coupe model represents a very important flagship look and feel for North American and Western market because every other manufacturers that tend to focus on high-end models such as Audi, BMW, and Mercedes all have a coupe version of their flagship sedan. And that's why they're saying that, based on everything they're hearing over there in Japan, that Toyota Crown Coupe is almost a certainty in 2025 after the four models that you see here are introduced to 40 different regions in the world, which is what Toyota said would happen. So once these four models come through the system, then Toyota is ready to roll out something very special, something that will evoke inspiration and passion and excitement, and that is going to be the Coupe. Now, we don't know for sure if these renderings from Best Car Magazine is accurate or not, but if you recall, of all the magazines in the world, the Best Car Magazines have been most accurate with their predictions and renderings of Toyota models. That included everything from the Land Cruiser 300 series to the Lexus LX, and most recently the actual Crown crossover. They have shown all these models several months, sometime even a year or a year and a half before the introduction, and they were extremely accurate. So we have to assume that Best Car Magazine have some kind of a inside scoop or connection that allow them to produce these rendering. And so I have a lot of confidence as someone from Japan that Best Car Magazine will continue to produce accurate rendering and accurate prediction of what's coming ahead. And that's why I am so excited because these renderings look absolutely amazing, especially this convertible version, which looks like something that would come out of Audi or BMW and not from Toyota. Now keep in mind that according to Best Car Magazine, the Coupe model is almost 100% certainty in terms of arrival in 2025 after all the other variations of the Crown have been unveiled. But they are saying that the convertible version is not a sure thing. However, they think that it's quite a high percentage of likelihood simply because the coupe and the convertible go side by side extremely well, and it will make a huge dent in terms of making a difference in a Crown sub-brand. Coming back to the four variations of the Crown that Toyota did show to us, they are saying that this version, which is called the Sport version, which looks a lot like a Porsche Macan, is going to be fully electric only, which is going to be BEV or BEV, and followed by the Sedan model, which is also very intriguing because it looks super cool and very different from other Crowns. But they are saying that this could be fuel cell only, which is a little bit hard to believe because I think it wouldn't make sense to have only a fuel cell vehicle right now in this market. But this is is likely based on the Mirai as well. So perhaps it does make sense because there's a lot of shared components between Mirai and this new model, perhaps. So finally, the estate model, which is kind of like a station wagon version, they're not quite sure about the powertrain, but I think the estate will follow more of a traditional Toyota Crown crossover powertrain, which includes the 2.5-liter four-cylinder with a hybrid system, or the new hybrid Max with the 2.4-liter turbo with a hybrid. So most likely that's what's going to happen with these four variations. A little hard to say what the coupe version will entail in terms of powertrain, but I suspect initially they will share the same powertrain as the Crown crossover, which makes sense from economic perspective, but I really hope Toyota will go above and beyond the normal Crown offering, because this coupe version is supposed to be something special, something exciting and passionate, and therefore the performance has to reflect that. Perhaps a plug-in hybrid or something that is fully electric will be more appropriate for these special coupes if they do become a reality. I really do hope that the Best Car Magazine is accurate in this prediction, because the Toyota Crown will indeed be considered a very special sub-brand if all these models show up in the next 2 to 3 years. Just keep in mind that the four variations of the Toyota Crown will show up between now until 2024, followed by the coupe version in 2025 and the convertible in 2026, if the Best Car Magazine's predictions are indeed accurate. So what do you think of these coupes and convertibles? What do you think of the design, the profile, the styling, and then what do you think in terms of the market significance? Do you really think that Toyota should bring them on board? Because likely they're still doing some market study and a final decision is probably not yet made. And your feedback is going to be very important for Toyota to decide whether something like this should indeed reach our shores. So I'm very excited about the Crown. I'm excited about the future for Toyota because there are so many new models coming out. And of course, all these new models are very much dependent on what happens with the battery technology, and that could swing the direction either way in terms of whether these cars become more electric, more battery electric, I should say, or they remain hybrids. It's going to be all to do with the technology of the battery, their cost, in terms of the duration and the range, and those things are still yet to be determined. So much stuff to talk about. I hope you enjoyed my discussion about the Toyota Crown and the future of this brand or sub-brand. There's a lot more to come your way. If you like my channel and enjoy it, I would really appreciate it if you can give me a thumbs up, make some comments, and subscribe. Maybe share this video with someone else. There's a lot more coming your way. So thank you so much, but I'm signing off for now. Until next time, thank you so much.